Hey, what's up? It's Andrew. I'm coming at you from the High Level Summit. We are here at the Hilton in Dallas. I'm going to be going over some of the features that were just launched for LevelUp Day. There's over 300 different features that were launched. We went over all of them with Sean, Varun, and Robin. It was absolutely awesome. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about how these LevelUp features are going to change the GHL landscape, what you need to know, what you need to be prepared for, what you should be on the lookout for over the next few weeks, because we're going to be doing more content over this stuff because probably about 25% of the features aren't live yet. They're going to be live this month or next month, but we're going to be going over some of the ones that are live today, some of the biggest ones, the ones that are most impactful, and exactly how you can use these in your business. So let's dive right in. Okay, first things first, if you want to see the features that are live in a full list, go to gohighlevel.com/post/levelup-2025. You'll be able to see all the different features that they launched today, and we're going to be going over some of them that are really, really important that you should be able to look out for. So we're going to start with prospecting. We have interactive maps and improved prospecting. That's awesome. External tracking. We do have a video that's going to be going over this. This is for external tracking scripts you can install on other websites and track form submissions and website views. It's super great. More prospecting improvements. We can import Stripe products into the SaaS configurator. We have Agent Studio. So if you haven't played around with Agent Studio yet, let me show you what that looks like. So Agent Studio is a brand new node-based builder for AI agents in High Level. So this is a completely different interface. It's brand new. You're really going to have to learn this and figure out exactly how you can build AI agents within High Level. But this is going to be disrupting the NAN landscape because this is like an NAN type builder for AI agents. So feel free to get into this, check out how this workflow kind of works. Obviously, I am not great at it because it came out literally today. So just check out the different actions that you have. We have essentially nodes like AI agent and sequential. These are kind of like different pieces that we can use. So let's say we want to add in an AI agent. We type in a prompt. We can select an AI model, right? So this gives us the ability to run custom workflows using our Agent Studio and make custom agents to do more than just voice AI and conversation AI. And then we can also add in variables, things like that. And then we can connect them, right, using this AI Studio. So connecting our nodes just like that. This is really cool because it's going to give us the ability to do a lot of awesome things. We have the ability to search the web, to search knowledge bases. So if we have a knowledge base in GHL, we can tell it what it's looking for. So maybe it's look for pricing, and then we can select our knowledge base from GoHighLevel. And then this is now an action in this workflow. We can also add different connections like this, right, from agent to agent. But we have lots of other cool things. So we have the ability to add in AI agents, add in sequential nodes, which we'll figure out what those are later, search the web, search knowledge bases, MCP servers, API calls, and then we have generative AI. So if you want to have a voice AI or conversation AI or any type of AI agent to generate anything like audio, image, or text or video generation, we have everything right in here inside of High Level. Like this is essentially going to make our other AI subscriptions obsolete whenever this becomes a little bit more adapted. Obviously, it's brand new, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but this is so cool. And then we can also capture information like email, phone, single choice, text, all sorts of stuff. So this sort of builder is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait to use this more. I will be having a full-fledged video on this probably next week or the week after. But be on the lookout for that. Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications when I have that out. We can also add in global variables like global configurations, input variables, runtime variables, so much cool techie stuff that you can do with this. It might be over a lot of your heads, but if you're techie, then you might absolutely love this. Now let's dive into the next feature. Okay, contacts, revamped list view, and smart lists. This is awesome. So our contacts views has changed. If you haven't seen this already, this is live in everyone's sub-accounts. So now this gives us the ability to select different contacts. It lets us kind of filter and change the way these look. This is much more similar to like an Airtable or a Notion or a ClickUp database, or obviously like Excel. So it's a little bit more organized. It's a little bit different, so you might have to get used to it, but you'll be able to see, you can select contacts and manage contact data here, and then you can access all your actions at the top here. So export, trigger automation, send email, tags, etc. And then you have all your other different ones that you want to do as well. Okay, we have a ton of other stuff with reputation management, accessibility, toolbars, bulk actions, enhanced and smarter prompt logic with conversation AI. All of this is really cool. The next thing I want to show you, we also have the ability to do recurring webinar events. The next thing I want to show you though is our funnel AI. So this is so awesome. If you've ever used something like Lovable or Replit or Bolt.new or any of these vibe coders, we now have essentially a vibe code style funnel AI within High Level. So we used to have a funnel AI, which you fill out a couple of questions and then it would just make the website, and there's not much you could do. This is what we used to have. So we could add the name of the funnel page. Let's say like webinar, and then the business niche. Let's say we're doing a mortgage broker and real estate, and then we can add in our different filters. But now this gives us way more control over things. But to get started, it gives us this sort of form submission type thing where we can give in our business niche, our goal for the funnel page, our target audience. It gives us way more options than we used to have. So this is absolutely awesome. And then this will build the website for us. We can also go to build and just give it a full prompt in order to build it here, just like you would do in Lovable or in Replit or any of these other vibe coders. You can now do it in HighLevel, which is so cool because now, again, vibe coders are going to become obsolete. This is kind of what we're getting to with HighLevel. When they build out all these features and when these really get perfected, and I don't think it's going to be in the next week or the next month. I think it's going to take probably 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year. But by this time next year, every other software platform out there will be obsolete. So I think this is just absolutely so cool. And let's say we just have this done. We can click generate. They worked with Gus and Son on this to make sure that this worked really well. And if you look, this works exactly like other vibe coders. So you have a full vibe coder inside of HighLevel. I love this because I love vibe coding. And hopefully maybe I can start doing all my stuff that I do on Lovable onto HighLevel instead of Lovable. So I think this is going to be awesome. Now, when we have our page finished, obviously it's going to finish building out here. We also have the ability to make modifications the same way you would in a vibe coder. So if we want to build in our prompt right here or add in attachments, right? We can do that just like other vibe coders on the internet. Now we can do it right in HighLevel. So let's say we want to change the background color to black. Obviously we don't know what it looks like yet, so I'll let this finish real quick. And one other thing while this is still going, you can also see what it's doing in this thinking steps. So you can see the business operates in a competitive niche, blah, blah, blah. It gives you lots of different things in order to go into the prompt. So you can see a little bit about what it's telling the AI in order to build with this funnel builder. I just think this is so cool. Then we also have, whenever we are changing anything in the website, it will automatically sense tags. So if I said change the background color to black, it can automatically tell this is background color and this is color, black. So, and you can see that tag right here, and we can add different tags here eventually in order to actually change specific things in the site. So this is an improvement even over other things like Lovable, Replit, Bolt.new, things like that. You can just select, let's say, spacing and click the spacing tag and then select, say something like make bigger or increase, right? Anything like that. So this allows you to move way quicker when vibe coding with HighLevel. While this is still going, you know something else I didn't say? This is all free now. The funnel and website AI is free. Ask AI is free. Everything is going to be just charged based on tokens rather than doing like $1 per website being built, which was a big turnoff for a lot of people when HighLevel first rolled this out. Now everything's going to be free and it's just token based. So I think that's absolutely awesome. So it's just a pay what you use type of model, and this is going to be super cool. Okay, and then this says it just finished. So let's give it a second and this will load right here. Boom, there it is. Okay, now this is obviously, it's going to still take some time to perfect it. Here we have an image, but it's loading in here. That is an AI generated image, right? So it's going to take a little bit of time to get some of that in there, but this looks so much better than what we used to have with the AI type of funnel building that we used to have. This is just way better. And then with these tags, we can send in text-based, prompt-based edits, things like that. It's absolutely awesome. So I'm not going to go into this too deep. We're going to be going into this a lot later, but let's dive into the next feature. Okay, we also have improvements to the media storage. So this is really cool. We can now make edits in the media storage directly to images. So if you have an image that you want to, let's say, crop or add a filter to or change the colors of, we can now do that right in the media storage. And you also see that these are all the AI images it just generated for the funnel in here. But if we go ahead and go to edit on any of these media items, here you'll see we'll be able to crop. We can have AI edits to images directly within the media storage. We have text, colors, stickers, paints, all sorts of things. The Wi-Fi at the hotel here isn't great, so it's taking a little bit of time for all this to load, so thanks for bearing with me. But yeah, so here's our cropping feature. We can crop, make edits to images directly in here. We can add on filters just like that, right? So that changes the image itself. We can add in adjustments all directly within the media storage. So if we want to, like, let's say, edit a logo, I get this all the time. I'm wanting to edit a logo while I'm implementing it on site. We can now do it directly in the media storage. So this is super cool. External tracking. This is super cool. So if you go to settings and then scroll down to external tracking, we now have the ability to install this tracking script on a website and then track page views and form fills / opt-ins. Again, we're going to be making a video going over this all next week. We've already done a little bit of testing with this. It's super cool. It takes a little bit of technical knowledge to go into, so I'm going to be going over all of the different code and the different ways that you can implement it on your site and make sure it works properly, but this is super cool. Still in AI agents, we have a couple of UI changes too for AI agents themselves. Conversation AI, we have bot settings, training, brand voice, and bot goals and additional instructions now separated on different screens. So this is really helpful. Our conversation AI agents also can respond to images and voice notes, which is really cool. So they'll be able to listen to voice notes and then respond properly. So if you're using this on like Instagram, where voice notes are really, really common, or even in text, this is going to be super, super helpful. Oh, something else, we also have Voice AI MCP. So if we upgrade any of our Voice AI, this does need to be on the upgraded version of Voice AI, I believe. But we have an MCP server now that we can connect with our Voice AIs. So this is so cool. I absolutely love this. If you don't know what an MCP server is, this is Model Context Protocol. This is what allows AI agents to talk to other systems. So you can actually have it talk to GoHighLevel's internal MCP, because there is an MCP just for high level. And we have a video over that we did a while ago. But if you want to add an MCP, you can just navigate to your Voice AI, go to Agent Goals, scroll down, and then click Add MCP. This is so cool. So if we want to do, let's say, a customer database MCP, like we want to read information from our high levels specifically, we'll say customer database. We'll then throw in our MCP URL. And if you're curious about how to find anything in the MCP server, just look up how to use the high-level MCP server. I did a video on this a while ago, and this goes over where you can get the links and everything. Everything is in the MCP server here for all the different actions. It's in the help doc, right? So if you need to use the GoHighLevel MCP server, you'll definitely need to refer to this help doc because you'll have to get the URL from here, right? So if you scroll down, you'll be able to get the URL right here. There is our server lead connector MCP, then that is what we use with our MCP server, right? So there's our MCP URL. So that's how we get to that. Then we can add on our headers, query parameters. We have to do all that. And all that's necessary in order to actually talk to your specific high level. We're going to make another video going over this later. Again, we're just talking about feature releases today, so be on the lookout for that video next week. But this is really cool because then you can like call your MCP Voice AI and ask it for customer details, tell it to do things with customers, like send them messages, send them emails, things like that. It's super cool. Oh, this is awesome. Dashboards and reporting. So now every single account in high level has dashboards. This is so cool. They had a lot of pricing updates today. You'll be able to catch it in the replay, but one of the updates to that was now custom dashboards are free on the 97, 297, and 497. They're no longer just on the SaaS plan. This is absolutely awesome because people need custom dashboards regardless. They had some pricing plan updates and all of them were positive. Like they really did a bait and switch with all of us. It was super cool. I loved it. So yeah, you can now have dashboards on all sub accounts. It's super great. Oh, also custom objects are now on all sub accounts. So you can get custom objects on the 97 plan, which is fantastic. You can use lots of cool stuff with that. Quizzes have gotten a major overhaul. If we go to sites and then quizzes, you'll be able to see that we have a very big difference now with the scoring screens. So they've improved the scoring screens for quizzes. So we have quizzes section and score tier control. They have a help article over this. This is great. This is basically, we now have the ability to do better scoring management within our quizzes. So feel free to check out this help doc. It goes over the new scoring system, right? So you can see right here, we have on the left-hand side, this ability to select headers, sections, things like that. So like here we are in my live quiz. If you go down to the result template, click edit template, here are our sections. So this is just a way better UI. It makes it way easier for people to use the quizzes feature. If we want to add sections, we can add in like the overall score section or category score, these different sections, basically by clicking the section and then dragging it, I believe, or maybe we just select it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you just select it and then it throws it in there. So if you want to have different sections to display different sets of information, you can totally do that. It's going to be really, really cool. So feel free to explore the quiz scoring section. It's a little bit different than what it used to be, but it is overall an improvement. Chat widgets. Okay, this is awesome. You're going to love this. We can now have voice AI chat widgets. Just go to sites, chat widget, click new, and then you will eventually see voice AI here. I know there's a ton of options, so I hope they revamp that. But this is so cool because if we take a look at this, this now gives you the ability to call an agent with voice AI chat. So you can capture leads from your website with voice AI rather than doing the regular live chat with conversation AI. You can now do it with a actual voice AI agent, which is so cool. We can mess with our chat window, all of the regular things like the styling, and then we can select the messaging. We just have the actual English, right? we just have the actual language right here, but then under agent, we have the ability to select our specific agent. So we can select this from one of the widgets. So we can select this from one of the agents in our list. There's a notification that all voice AI agents There's a notification that all voice AI calls cannot be recorded using chat widgets. It's probably because they're cold visitors and there's no other human on the line. But this is awesome. We can also customize the agent name right within the chat window. So this is going to be so cool. People can talk to these agents while they're on the website. So this is going to be absolutely awesome. In our communities, we also are going to have the ability to go live. This is so cool. You can check out the help article to see some screenshots, I believe, in order to go live in your communities. So you will be able to click login and click go live inside your community. This is absolutely awesome because it's going to get you off of Zoom or other live video things that you're doing. But this essentially just keeps everyone inside your app, which increases retention. So this is awesome. Opportunities and pipelines, color-coded pipelines with smart tags. This is super cool because we can now add color-coded tags to opportunities. So this is great. So if we look at one of the pipelines as an example here, we can add different tags for opportunity pipeline. Obviously, this is going to look a little bit different. So if we go to our pipelines, then we can see here we have a new pipelines UI. We can click edit. We can look at any of these different stages, right? And let's say we're going to add a stage, then we can edit if it's going to be seen in the funnel and pie chart. So this is just a new UI in general. And then right here is where smart tags are going to be. Obviously, a lot of the stuff isn't live yet, but this is really cool because we'll be able to add different colors to different tags. So we can mark things as urgent. We can have red tags if they really need to be looked at. So this is going to be super cool. So be on the lookout for a video about that next week for sure. Also, as I said, we're going to have a new conversations experience. This looks so much different and way cooler. So check this out. This is in the help doc. This will be available under labs for some people. It's not really specific or particular about who actually gets access, but this is what it's going to look like. So it's going to have a complete revamp. You'll be able to see contact data on the right-hand side. You'll be able to collapse screens, send messages. It's way more simplified and it just looks newer. It just looks great. So I'm really, really happy to see this. So in this, you'll be able to filter between different conversations, different tabs. There's going to be keyboard shortcuts. You can add notes, filter conversations, all sorts of really cool stuff. Again, check this out in the help doc. All of these, again, are at the LevelUp website that has all of the different features. We'll be able to see tags, filters. This is going to be super cool, all within one UI. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, but it's going to improve things a lot. We also have a new email sender. So this looks way better. This looks more like a conventional email sender. A lot of people just don't know how to send emails on high level. And this is going to be really good for that and improve those sorts of things. We also have some more stuff for calendars, some WhatsApp notifications, and a few other small things. The last thing that isn't live and isn't on any of these screens is a horizontal workflow builder. Don't have any photos for it yet, but we should have some videos coming out about this next week or the week after. This is a completely revamped workflow builder. It looks awesome. If you're here live at the event, you saw it. You're probably in love. It's going to be really, really cool. If not, then be able to look out for a video in the next 2 weeks. And lastly, how is this going to change the GHL landscape? I think that being able to be competent with GoHighLevel is going to be one of the most important things in the next few years, especially right now. You can get a high-level account for $100 a month. Billie Jean talked about this today. You can get a high-level account for $100 a month and you can build a business. You can start making money online. If you're not making money with high level already, you can. There's no roadblocks whatsoever. The only one is education and competence. So get in the platform, just use it. You don't have to go through the certification program or anything. Just use the platform, build real solutions for real businesses, build real use cases, and get familiar with it. Because I know it is a headache. It might be complicated. And all this is just even more to add to your plate of what you have to do. But I promise you, it will pay off if you know how to use the platform. So I'm going to get back to the conference. I can't wait to tell you more about all these features over the next few weeks. Be sure that you have subscribed, you've turned on notifications because we are going to be getting the first look at all of these features over the next few weeks. Even going into November, we've got so many cool features. So like, subscribe, turn on notification bell. As always, my name is Andrew. Welcome to How to Use High Level, and I'll see you soon.